and welcome to KYETalks. I am Sonal Ambekar, your host for this interview. Know Your Entrepreneur is a digital platform that we talk to several entrepreneurs who tell us why they chose not to be stuck to the regular 9 to 5 and went ahead to do something different. They went ahead and chased their passion. One such entrepreneur we will be talking to today is Dhwani Jain. He is the co-founder of Karma Foundation, working towards building an inclusive and participatory society wherein every individual lives a life of dignity as an empowered and self-reliant entity. Team Karma believes in the power of thoughts, words, and actions. Now to know a little about Dhwani, let's see what we have. Recognized as a global change maker, Dhwani was given the title of a Dhasu Womaniya on the Women Entrepreneurship Platform powered by Niti Ayog. Awarded the Leader Award for displaying exemplary leadership during COVID-19 pandemic, she is also recognized as a habit hero. Dhwani is an engineer by education and a sociopreneur by profession. Dhwani has represented India in various international platforms, and most prominent one being as the head of Indian delegation to BRICS and SCO International Spring Festival. That's not all. She has also featured in the special edition of Women Entrepreneurs 2020 by Insight Success. That's an amazing profile, Dhwani. We're so glad to have you here on KYETalks.
Thank you, Sonal, for having me here on this amazing platform of KYE. It is indeed my pleasure to be speaking to you today.
Oh, it's likewise. I mean, we share the pleasure. So, Dhwani, let's start. First, introduce Karma. What is Karma Foundation and what is it that Karma does?
Karma, okay. So like you have said, I started this organization very recently. And the reason behind starting this organization was I had always wished to give back to my society, to my country. And like the name suggests, Karma is all about the power of thoughts, words, and actions. So I think it started with a thought which I had in my heart and my mind. I started talking about it with a couple of people, and slowly we transformed it into a body, like, finally we acted on it, and hence we have Karma for the whole nation, for the world, and we are trying our best to work towards building an inclusive and participatory society. So that is how Karma was started, and it is a very new organization in terms of NGOs, because there are NGOs who have been working from last so many years. We are just 8 months old and we are trying to make a mark.
Of course, I'm sure you're making a mark because given the achievements that you've got, I'm sure you have the experience to what it needs to make a mark in the society. And given the fact that education-wise, you're an engineer, but you chose to do something that would, benefit the society. I think that itself is something that makes a mark on the society. People just being selfless enough to give to the society, right? So, what was your motivation behind being an entrepreneur?
To be honest, it wasn't an easy decision for me. And in fact, a lot of people thought that I'm crazy or something because I was losing my financial independence. I was losing that financial stability in life and taking a journey which is not so often taken at such an age, Some people suggested me to do charity, but I really need to make a difference between charity and social entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Because even today, people ask me, how do you survive? So, social entrepreneurship is different from doing charity work. We are not donating, but we are empowering people.
Exactly.
We are empowering people so that they can become, they can survive.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So what was your motivation behind, starting Karma Foundation and, giving up that financial independence and becoming a social entrepreneur?
My motivation, okay. So I think the only motivation was to give back to my country. I feel whatever I'm today is because of my nation.
Yes.
And I had always wished to give back to the society in whatever small way I could. And when you give back, when somebody smiles because of your effort, that is an altogether different kind of feeling. And that keeps me running. That keeps me motivated all the time.
And our love for our nation can really drive us to, be that selfless and, just give to the society what we can, the best that we can. So I'm sure a lot of things must be giving you that satisfaction of, choosing to become a social entrepreneur. But can you name something that gives you a sense of accomplishment that makes you wake up every day and you're like, oh yes, I'm going to go and, work with Karma Foundation and give to the society? What gets you going?
Small little things, to be very honest. I always thought that big things give us pleasure, but I have realized small little things, like when you make someone smile, when you inspire somebody, when you give hope to somebody in life, and most important is when people get inspired by my activity. When I hear a young girl telling me that, Didi, I would also like to do something like that when I grow up. So that really motivates me, and that gives a sense of accomplishment to me.
Right, and I mean, that's what we are trying to do here. We're here to learn from your journey, to get your journey, and then to inspire many others to take that plunge, to take that leap of faith, and to go ahead and, maybe chase their passion or pursue their ideas. Tell us, like you mentioned, certain challenges that you face, because people who are like telling you to do something different, or they were questioning your smartness to choose to be a social entrepreneur. So what were such other barriers or obstacles you must have faced when you started this journey and throughout the journey?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question, particularly because, I would like to answer that, because most of the times, like today you are interviewing me, young people will watch this and they would think that it had been all glittery.
Right, yeah.
But to be honest, this path was full of challenges, and it is important to talk about the obstacles, because when somebody else gets into this, they should know the problems that will come, and they should not get bogged down by the challenges. So number one, I think, was of course the perception of the society towards this whole field of social entrepreneurship. Next was, I think, generation of funds, and I still face that. And that is again because of the perception of people towards NGOs. A lot of NGOs, I do agree, have not been fulfilling the role. But again, I feel if we can make a change in one person's life also, that is also a huge difference that we are making. So every small, yes. So, and not only in NGO sector, I mean, there are good and bad people in every sector. So let us focus more on the positives rather than the negatives.
And
right.
Then I feel since it's just been 8 months, I feel that it is important for people to give you a chance to prove yourself, to prove that you're not just a like some other NGOs that could be, but you're actually trying to make a difference in the society.
True. Absolutely. And that is exactly what I told you in the beginning, people's perception about charity and social entrepreneurship. Right. So even today, there are people who ask me, how do you survive? So I tell them, see, my motive is not profit.
Right.
That is okay. But of course, social entrepreneurship doesn't mean taking out everything that you have and giving to the society. Yeah. We are working on the model where we are making a difference in the society while we are also making a living for ourselves.
Yeah,
so we need to understand that fine difference.
Right. And also people, I think there is a lack of awareness for social entrepreneurship. People don't understand what exactly this is, and people just think that it means that you have to give up everything that you own for the society, which actually is not the case. So I feel that
absolutely, we are no sadhus. Yeah, we are not sadhus, but we are just trying our bit,
You're trying your bit while also trying to empower others to, be able to earn for themselves, to gain some living for themselves. So that is the difference between a regular entrepreneurship, which is, well, let's just admit it, which is about.
In fact, Sonal, I would like to add one thing here. Even in regular entrepreneurship, I think we must have this feeling of business ethics now. That is missing, and that is why there was a need for this altogether new field of social entrepreneurship. Because what happens is, at one side, people are polluting the environment, and then they pay back. So for me, that doesn't make a sense. Our business model should be such that while making a product, we do not pollute the environment, and that is what I call social entrepreneurship.
Prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So exactly. So that is what the regular entrepreneur should take in mind, because in a way it is affecting the society, because it is affecting our health and our well.
Absolutely, it is affecting every person.
Yeah, right. So Dhwani, tell us, what are the factors that you feel at this moment that would help you achieve your business aspirations?
I think my attitude towards life. So never say die attitude.
Okay.
And my firm belief in my vision.
And
so the funny thing is, when somebody tells me, Dhwani, you cannot do this, I take it as a challenge. Yeah. So I make it a point. I have to do it.
I read an interview of yours for viewers. I would like to tell you that Dhwani was given the title of Harappa. What was it? Harappa
Habit Hero.
Habit Hero. Yeah.
Habit
Hero. And in that, for the article that they've written, the first line they say is, Dhwani likes to do something that is not easy to do. So that is kind of her motto. She likes challenges. So when someone tells her, oh, you're not going to be able to do this, or you're not going to be able to achieve this, that is when she takes it up and she makes it happen. She proves other people wrong.
That gives another kind of adrenaline rush to me.
Yeah, right. So that I think that is what has brought you here, taken you to this level where you've got so many titles and wonderful awards for what you are and what you've been doing. So keep it up, Dhwani. We need more people like you. We need more women like you, because I honestly believe that women know how to make a change, and women know how to think above and beyond than just themselves.
Absolutely. Like we always say, women are the creators of life. They nurture life, and they know how to protect life as well. So
Dhwani, tell us, how has this venture changed you as a person? You were always a person who liked challenges, but are there any changes that this venture may have brought in you?
I think the journey has been very, very enriching and fulfilling. And most important things that I learned was to work with minimum resources at hand and to communicate my ideas more effectively.
Right.
And most importantly, working with people who have different ideologies.
Right.
So I've worked with people who think that women can't do such things, and to make them believe in yourself, and to work with them when you do not match with their ideology was tough for me in the beginning. But later I realized, yes, we can go step by step and we can change their perception towards women as well.
Yeah.
So
to say it in brief, this venture has made you become more adaptable to other people's ideologies and working with such people, and also it's made you more resourceful, like you said, to work with minimum resources.
Minimum resources at hand.
To the most efficient level that you can. Very well said. So our last question to you would be, what is your message for the budding entrepreneur, or how would you like to promote social entrepreneurship? So people, sometimes. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Okay, like, do you want to drink water or something?
No, I'm fine.
So so what would be your message to such budding entrepreneurs, or maybe people out there who would like to take up social entrepreneurship, but they have such people who are pulling them down, that you don't have to be selfish, you need to do something for yourself. Taking so much of the society. So how would you you motivate them to, go ahead and take that step, give to the society, or maybe if it's just a regular entrepreneurship idea, go for it. How would you, what are your words of wisdom?
I would say a very simple thing. Just believe in yourself. Follow your passion. We know ourselves the best. Right. People will have different perceptions about us, but they would only know the side that we had always shown them. Right. So evaluate your strengths, evaluate your weaknesses, judge yourself realistically, and then just follow your passion, follow your dream. Even if you do not succeed, one thing, at least 20 years down the line, you would not have that regret that you didn't try.
Yeah.
And for sure, you will learn things in life which will stay with you forever. Right. So just follow your heart, just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
With full efforts, 100%. Give your 100%.
Persistent with what you do. Right.
Yes.
Dhwani, I would also like you to ask, this is definitely the last question. All the awards that we mentioned, can you just tell us for what you received this award? Because I feel the people deserve to know that there are so many things that can be done to, be recognized, which you were able to do. So what was it? What did you receive the title of, what did you receive the leader award for? Because it says that you showed exemplary leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I feel that everyone out there needs to know what was the key that helps you, show such exemplary leadership.
So, during pre-COVID times, we were working on a couple of projects and I was associated with another organization as well. Right. But suddenly, when the COVID pandemic struck the world, nation, so everything got to a standstill.
Right.
And I feel we were fortunate, we were sitting in the comfort of our homes and everything. But every day when we read the newspapers or we were listening to the stories, it made us think that something is not right. And we, as the empowered citizens, must do something. And that is when Karma began. That is when I started Karma. And during this pandemic time, I called up friends from all over the world. We collected funds. We tried to we tried to provide food. We tried to provide medicines to the people who had suddenly lost their jobs, to the construction workers in my local area, to the people who were migrating back to their homes. We were trying to provide them whatever we could in our limited resources. I mean, we cannot replace the government, but of course, we can fill in the gaps.
Yeah, right.
Government was doing a lot. Government was trying its best, but of course, we understand due to the setup, they cannot reach each and every corner. And that is where the civil society comes. We were trying just to fill those gaps,
right,
just to provide those extra things, small little things like the sanitary things to the women who were.
Right.
So we were trying to fill those gaps, and by God's grace, my efforts, my work was recognized, and yes.
I mean, good work always pays back, does it not? I mean, we have life proof right here. Very, 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 what do I say? Great job, Dhwani. Great job helping out people in need. Because we need a lot more people like you, given the time, and not just because of this pandemic, but in general. People are losing humility, which they really need to, imbibe in themselves, because you only grow when you help another person grow. That would actually be considered as real growth.
In fact, I think the blessing of COVID was we did see the humane side of people.
Right.
And I really hope that once the pandemic is over, since the vaccine is there now, people do not lose that humane side of themselves. Right. We must keep embracing humanity.
Right. Now that we found it again, we should take care of it. We should nurture it and not let it go.
We should just stand for each other. We are just one people. In India, we believe in the philosophy of Vasudev Kutumbakam. So we must live by that philosophy.
Right, definitely.
Just stand for each other, help each other like a family.
Yes, like a family. So instead of, just discriminating amongst ourselves, if we just think or start believing that we are one family, then maybe we'll see more people, showing their humane side and more people coming out to help people in need. Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us on KYETalks and sharing your thoughts, your ideologies, your journey with us and helping us inspire and reach out to more people out there.
Thank you so much, Sonal, for having me here. It was lovely talking to you. And I hope
likewise
I could inspire a few people hearing me today who would take on this journey of social entrepreneurship in future.
Thank you. Have a great day.